unbeatable. We'll train until we meet our goal. The stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable. We'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the... Just kidding, guys. False alarm. We have merch. If you didn't know that, along with us having a Discord and a Patreon, if you go to the description, you could buy stuff. Anyway, I'm going to let them take it from here. Go ahead.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon!
And thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. As we begin, we are starting off with another training montage. I feel like we've started several episodes this arc with a training montage. There's several of those, is there?
It's almost like we're trainers.
It's almost like you're trainers. But as we begin, we are going through a full 8-hour day. As I believe one of the things we discussed at the end of last session was that as long as one of your Pokemon is equal to your badge number in rank or below it, you can get triple as much experience from training while you're here.
Hey yo!
Hey yo! So, the players have decided to take some advantage of that and train up some of their weaker Pokemon. And as we begin, Barty, who are you training today?
I'm training Queenie, Bugle, and Team Bonk.
And Team Bonk. All right. Seth, what about you? Who are you training today?
Oh, I'm going to be training. We're doing Fender, Axel, and then I'm going to be just spending some quality time with Richter to bump up some friendship.
Bump up some friendship. That's like
legally, I can't do any more than that.
That was very good. Okay. Kenna, what about you? Who are you training today?
We're actually going to go with Myrtle, Smolder, and Paunchy.
Oh! You get to train the little one? Oh, that's good. You're going to have to give me, after we finish this, a little description of the last one getting trained, because I want to hear that.
You.
And then DJ, who are you training today?
I'm going to be training Cayenne, Poblano, and Rakoto.
Let's go. Y'all have some good choices today. With that, real quick, Kenna, I do want a description of how Paunchy is getting trained, because that is a brand new Pokemon, and I do want to hear about it real quick.
Sure. So, Coryne's two most seasoned Pokemon, Myrtle and Smolder, both know how this game works, considering that they've trained with Coryne's other Pokemon. Myrtle very much doing the shadow boxing with Paunchy, since Myrtle can definitely take it with her defense, and is, showing Paunchy how to do a proper uppercut. And then every once in a while, Paunchy's little mock punch goes off and surprises Myrtle and gives her a good one right in the solar plexus, and she's got it. You just see Myrtle just go, ooh, or Dodo. She's like, come again. And then, aside from that, Paunchy's going to do some speed training with Smolder, since Smolder's speed is about the same as Paunchy. And it's very much going to start off with, like, it looks like a game of tag, but the tags look a little harsher than normal tag.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay. With you guys spending 8 whole hours training here, each of your Pokemon that you have pulled out, you do these individual drills while you're in the between lessons moment, but the full instructors that are here, they have you battle a little bit with your Pokemon, have you run through a bunch of different drills, and as they do so, there are multiple different instructors watching you at any given time to be able to give you advice on, like, hey, for this brand new baby Pokemon, we've noticed this, like, oh, it's a little unsteady when it's going forward because it's so young. Maybe you might want to pull back on this or do that. When it comes to it, these people are the best Pokemon teachers for the casual trainer in the region, right? That's what this is for trainers to train. Because it is basically a Pokemon gym that doesn't have the responsibility of upkeeping this sort of like final trial battle. It is just a place to learn, and you guys really get to use that here at the gym. However, that also means that time passes quite quickly. Ooh, actually, I do have something on my list that we need to go through before we get away from training today, because it would have happened in the morning. Seth, between everything happening in the morning of, like, at this point, you're hanging out, you're trying to get Richter up to higher friendship, you're sort of like feeding and grooming at this point while your other two Pokemon are running through lessons with some of the instructors. You feel it from your phone as you get a little vibration. You look down. There is an email from Vasco.
Ooh.
This email does not come from Taub.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's why I got it. I'm assuming.
Okay. You will notice that it's sort of like you're sort of skimming the email very quickly of like, oh, going through. Oh, it looks like the head of the sponsorship program has been replaced, so your exit meetings will happen with the new head of the sponsorship program. It seems like for some reason Taub is no longer leading the sponsorship program. And it looks like they're celebrating the promotion of one of their sponsored trainers has now been brought on as a full-time member of staff. As this email is
if
brought
it's
to you by
Sammy, I
one
guess.
Samantha Onura.
Sammy.
Is the person who your exit
Sammy.
conversation will be as they talk
I
about
knew it!
separating themselves from the brand.
Fuck!
Oh my gosh.
And if at any point in the next couple of days you want to schedule a phone call, she'll be able to get everything cleared up with Vosco and ending your sponsorship.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go. I'll just knock it out now. I'll say like
Oh, okay.
Tuesday or Wednesday or something.
Oh, Tuesday or Wednesday? Okay.
One of those days, vaguely. I'll say I'll be free in the middle of the week, and then whenever they get to me.
Okay, let me write that down on my list.
I send an email to Taub's email and be like, "Sorry about the job, buddy, or the position change."
In about 10 minutes after you send it, you get a new email. He goes, "Oh, it's okay. I just lost too many of our sponsored trainers while I was the head of the program."
Oh, it wasn't your fault. I don't. Yeah. Oh man. So hey, well, if it,
You were the last
That's-
one, Seth.
You were the last straw.
That's crazy.
Well, hey, I'm in Saffron City. If you happen to be in the town, I don't know, man. Sorry.
No, they're assigning me to Pewter to go help with the repairs. They've exiled him to the shittiest, most broken city in the fucking region.
That'll be good, I think. A lot of rock
Yeah.
type. I don't think you'll have allergic reactions to rock type Pokemon, so you should be good.
They still find a way.
It's all the dust.
All right. Well, good talk, buddy. Nice. Hope be safe.
Will do.
Send email. Goodbye.
I hope you had a good time as a sponsored trainer. And then he ends the conversation.
I love how the tone is coming through the text.
Oh, yep.
There's
okay.
lots of emojis.
Yeah, lots of emojis, lots of spaces. Yeah, it's
Lots
fine.
of the smiley with the sweat drop, and then
See,
the
but he actually
smiley
does
with
like
the tear-filled eyes.
emoticons, not emojis. Like he's a little too old for emojis. So
Aww.
it's like typed out
This is the thing that
emoticons.
requires way more effort.
Yeah, exactly.
Colon, apostrophe, parenthesis.
Yeah,
All right. Cool. Good
Yeah.
talk, man. Good talk. Cool.
it's just yeah. But over the course of the training, let me roll for one other thing to see if that happens. No, okay. No other things of note happen while you are all training. Torie, I just rolled for your signal thing. Just letting you know that's what I was rolling for. With that being the case, you are let out of here probably close to 4 or 5 in the afternoon, somewhere in that area. You have a couple hours left with your day.
So specifically with Queenie's training, we are like hitting the punching bags and we're getting that kind of ferocity down. And I am changing out. I'm having Queenie learn Fury swipes.
Interesting. Is that a move that Beedrill can learn? That's sick.
Sorry,
All right.
Fury Cutter.
Okay, very different move. Very different move. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
She had Fury something or other, which was another like hit a bunch of people.
Yeah, Fury attack, and
alone
now she's got
attack.
Fury Cutter.
But you know what? You nerfed Pin Missile. I'm gonna make you regret it.
You know, that's fine. I told you in
live
session
to
like
fight.
I told you in
lives
session
to
like 8 that
antagonize.
Pin Missile was gonna get nerfed at some point. We're on episode like 90. Like, dude,
so
that's
funny.
fine. I mean, Fury Cutter's still really good because like every time you get consecutive hits, it fucking ups the power, which is
Precisely,
really good.
and by the end of the battle, by the 4th use of that thing, Swarm will definitely be active if she's not already already passed out, and then that's going to be a lot of damage per hit.
That's, you know what, totally fine. If somebody else wanted to mention swapping out a move at some point, you could let me know. Other than that, what are we doing after the dojo? Because you guys have a laundry list of things. You wanted to ask the Fighting Dojo some questions. You wanted to ask the Psychic Gym some questions. You wanted to call Finn and ask about Karen. You have a lot of things you want to do. So let's knock some of that out. What are we working on, people?
As Coryne was training, you would notice that actually, for the first time in a while, Coryne just has a notebook and pen and is scribbling down notes as the other dojo leaders are talking to her and coaching her through her training. But the notes are not about what they're saying. It's about how they're giving the instruction to her. It's about how they're assessing. What are they watching for? How are they speaking to Coryne to get ideas across and make Coryne a better trainer? It's very much
Coryne is learning how to be a teacher.
Analyzing the teaching methods of each individual and being like, okay, I like this. That didn't make sense to me. Maybe don't do that. But very much analyzing that. And then once it winds down, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Dojo Master Kyo that Coryne speaks to, but if Coryne can speak to Master Kyo, she will. But she very much looks at the leader closest to her and just goes, I have a bunch of questions about, the fighting dojo and its relationship with the psychic gym. Would you be able to answer that? Could I go talk to Master Kyo about that?
Well, Master Kyo has a lot of things that he's running for the day, but I'd be happy to answer questions. I've been here almost as long.
Sick.
Yeah, what did you want to know?
First, what's your name?
Aaron.
Oh, sick. Cool.
There is a black belt Aaron at the fighting dojo. That's what I just saw.
So, Aaron, some of the questions that I had about the dojo, right? Because I didn't necessarily know this. But who was the fighting type gym leader when this was still the gym?
Well, so right before we got taken over, we swapped off of, at the time, the former Elite Four, Bruno was the gym leader for a period of time, but then he left to go do his isolation training. Kyo then took over as the gym leader, and then after that is when Sabrina came in and, did her sort of takeover.
Oh, so Kyo was the one that Sabrina beat.
Mm-hmm.
What were you there for that? What was that like? Like, what? Can you walk me through what happened?
I mean, it was unfortunately not as much. We don't like talking about it as much right now. And you sort of like see he kind of talks, and a couple of the other instructors are kind of like doing that like intentional looking away, like kind of shamed thing. It's like,
sorry,
we don't like talking about it as much right now, but it really wasn't that much of a battle. I don't know if you've ever seen Elite Four Sabrina's battles ever, but she is a monster.
Okay.
And given the natural disadvantage already, there wasn't a whole lot that we could do.
Did Sabrina was there a conversation about that? Like, what was the process of Sabrina? Because I heard that this was like a tournament. Like, what was all that?
We may have suggested the tournament after the psychics declared that they should be the gym leader, given that that's how we deal with most of our conflicts is through some sort of sparring. And that was definitely an ego moment that led to us agreeing that if they won, they would get to be the gym. And of course, how that turned out.
So, and this isn't, I'm not sitting here trying to like bring up, bad memories or critique or anything. But if the fighting type gym hadn't agreed to that,
then it would have come down to the city. The city's legislative bodies are what like really function with each gym, or at least in Saffron. Certain cities give the power to the gym leader to choose who the next gym leader will be, but ultimately with Saffron being so big, we have it to where it's the mayor and the city congress that's allowed to decide what goes on with who's the gym. But that's only if we hadn't settled it ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was there any whisperings about what everybody thinks their decision would have been?
That whole process was a little bit less than a week, so it never really got to that point.
So, brief understanding just to make sure I'm clear on what happened. Sabrina and the psychics came into town.
Yep.
Declared that they should be the gym because they viewed themselves as stronger.
Yep.
The fighting type gym was like, okay, fine, bet. We'll battle you in a tournament and the winner becomes the gym.
Yep.
And then the psychic type obviously won, became the gym, and then Sabrina is an Elite Four. Is she the gym leader, or is she not anymore?
No, gym leader changed like a decade ago. No, Ichiro's the gym leader now.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah. We don't share that with rookie trainers, though.
Okay.
The psychics are allowed their secrets.
But once you know, right?
Sometimes. Depends on if you win or not.
Ooh. Whoa. Wait, what does that mean?
You see the like older like black belt like leans in and goes, the psychics have a way of obscuring what's going on with them, and they choose to remove that obscurement if you win your gym battle.
That's so strange. I mean, I guess I'll
They're
experience
weird.
it when I go to battle, but I know,
Yeah.
right? They're so weird. Also, don't poke around in my mind, you know what I mean? Anyway, who's you guys, not you guys like you guys, but like the fighting type gym decided that it was going to be a tournament, right?
Yeah.
How has, because obviously that wasn't a great start to y'all's relationship. How has that progressed to like now you guys seem pretty amenable?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been 20 years. You know, you kind of move on after a few years, and part of martial arts is about moving with change and figuring things out for yourself. So it was just a natural progression of they're our next door neighbors. We had to learn how to deal with them at some point. I mean, once Champion Red came through and sort of defeated both in the span of one day, it was kind of like there wasn't really a high ground.
Oh, interesting.
That was a crazy battle. One Pokemon, both gyms.
Are you
One
for
day.
real?
Just as Charizard.
That's a Charizard? Okay, I know the psychic type doesn't allow recordings, but is that anywhere?
Nope. You gotta remember, this was 20 years ago. Recording it would have been on a tape. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, there were digital cameras, but like, they weren't, nobody was walking around with a camcorder.
No, you said he battled both gyms, so, but the fighting type wasn't the gym at that point, right?
No, but we were still open, like, I mean, you can still challenge Kyo as though he was a gym leader, you just don't get a badge for it.
For real?
Yeah. He'll have to put you on the docket. He's got several challenges coming up, but yeah.
Where do you sign up?
Oh, I can help you with that after we finish all the instructions, but I do need to get back to this at some point. So if you have anything else, let's
Thank you, by the way, for answering that. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'll be back around. See ya.
All right, Golem, back to work, and you see a large boulder just back up onto its feet as it goes back to instructing everyone.
That's cool.
But yeah, so the four of you, that is information that you've now learned, is that if you at some point would like to challenge Kyo, that is an option. You will earn extra money and extra rewards for doing so. It will be very hard.
I would love to try that.
Okay.
Yep.
Bragging rights.
That will be a
I think that'd
DJ
be
thing
pretty
for
fun.
sure.
That'd be very fun.
Let's go.
Yeah. You gonna bring a flying type in, you asshole? It's like bringing a psychic type in. How dare you all?
Everyone's welcome at the dojo.
Everyone's welcome at the dojo. There is no Warren
You ever
Bossing
tried
say.
punching a bird?
That
Yeah.
should be on our merch. Everyone's welcome at the
Everyone's welcome
dojo.
at the dojo.
Everyone's welcome at the dojo.
So Kenna got through asking all the questions she wanted to ask at this gym. Was there anything else people wanted to do?
During the day, I think after I do that conversation email with Taub, I will call my dad just to check in on the Karen situation / update him on the
Okay. Yeah.
I'll forward that other email of like, oh, there's been a change in whatever for exit interviews, and then use that as like the, hey, so I just got this. Also, where's Karen at?
Yeah, he manages to get back to you between like gym challenges.
Yeah.
He's like, you made it to the city. Good
Yep.
to know.
Safe.
Here, let me send a text to Karen. Oh, she can get the magnet train as early as this evening.
Oh, cool. I was wanting to check out the magnet train. Awesome.
Well, she'll be coming in from Goldenrod, so she's got to take the train.
Interesting. Cool. Is there any way we could go to Goldenrod for a day? Do you know if they allow that with
Nothing stop. It's a
No.
Kanto Johto's basically one region. Nothing
I
stopping
just
you.
know it broke down before.
Yeah, I mean that was a while ago. If you need to, yeah. I don't know why you'd need to go to Goldenrod, but if you want to go vacation there, I mean, there's kind of a lot going on at the moment.
We just go pick up a badge from a different region.
From Johto that wouldn't contribute to your Indigo
We
League.
wouldn't beat Whitney, guys.
It'd be fun.
I'm gonna be honest. We wouldn't. beat
That
Whitney.
mill tank would destroy you. It's had
She
an extra
will
20 years to
destroy
train.
us. She's been rolling this entire time. Some
Yeah,
say
just
she's
roll
still
out. It's
rolling
just
to this
been
day.
going. Rolling. But as early as this evening, because Aaron rolled a 1 on his D4, as early as this evening, Karen can arrive if you'd like her to.
I'm cool with that. I want to go check out the magnet train, so that'll check a thing.
So that means that's what you guys can do post all of the training. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there anything else you wanted to ask your dad about?
No, cranberry's good. Didn't use it, obviously. We know. Did you know about the Crimson Rockets situation?
Actually, I found out this morning. That was something that I was a little disappointed to find out several days later about. It turns out that people are keeping things on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah, I feel like
and a gym leader didn't need to know.
Yeah, kind of weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
But apparently the Harrisons mostly took care of it.
Oh, well, I kind of expected that for the most part, because their city's kind of been under somewhat of a siege for a while, a slow siege, I guess.
4 months, 5 months?
Yeah. But signed up for the gym. I'm going against Ichiro on Sunday. But okay, okay. All right. But so I'll let you know how that goes after the fact.
Maybe you'll finally get to know what Ichiro looks like.
Yeah. The George at their trainer desk, he didn't blink at all. Like
the psychics are
time.
weird.
Like, do they have contact, like moisturizing? I don't know.
No,
that's
they just do that.
They got some dry eyes or something.
Well, remember they can psychically move their tears to just wipe their eyes and then go back without.
That's
blinking.
crazy, Aaron. That is crazy.
It's a function.
Well, okay. Well, we've been at the dojo all day. I'm just everyone just fighting.
Just fucking just Pachi hitting a boxing bag and she's like a foot tall. Goes in a circle.
So yeah, that's been good. And I can't think of anything else that's majorly changed, but I think that's everything.
Okay. Sounds good. I've got another gym battle to get to, but thank you for keeping me updated. Bye, son.
Goodbye.
With that, we've gathered information. We have done the training dojo. We have called people. Are we adding to the magnet train?
I think we're heading to the magnet train.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are we gonna pop next door to move the gym battles?
Yeah, you can do that real quick. You can, because Coryne, you mentioned to me between episodes, you would like to move your gym battle to Monday, same day as Gavin's.
Yeah.
Seth's is going to stay on Sunday, and DJ's is currently still not scheduled.
It'll be about a week from when we got here.
Okay, sounds good. Because
I need 5 days of training.
Okay, sounds good. So,
cool.
With that, you guys can head. And one of the things Seth said last episode is actually going to hold very true. You did not know what side of town the magnet train was on. It is all the way on the south side of town. So it is across town to get there. By the time you guys get there, it's getting close to 6 in the afternoon.
Tummy gurgling.
You guys can pick up street food on your way there. Get some like hot dogs, maybe some hoagies, something to go.
I feel like all of the food carts are ran by psychics. So you walk up, and then they just start making you food, and you're like, I haven't ordered yet, and they're like, I already know what you want.
I already know
what you want. Extra
I love
relish
that in
and
Seth's
mustard.
brain, every person in Saffron is now a psychic.
Hey, man. Could be. You don't know until they don't prove it.
So they don't prove it.
Seth just is walking up to every person he meets and just going,
What number am I thinking of?
until they ask him a question.
It's crazy. Okay, but eventually you get to this large train station. It's easily 4 or 5 stories tall, of just like beautiful marble. It's one of the few like marble structures that you've seen in this entire city, with these like large stained glass windows and like statues of like local leaders and like firefighters and mayors, and like all of this like local history is sort of like mixed in with the magnet train station. Getting more details from your father, you're able to find the platform that Karen's train should be coming in on. And you know that it's just a span of waiting maybe 15-20 minutes for that train to come through, because she was able to make that journey over the course of about 4 hours, how quickly it gets from one coast to the other.
Crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, the magnet train's hella fast.
Are we? What's the? Does Karen know we're gonna be here? Are we escorting her to the Pokemon Center?
She's coming for the express reason of doing a favor for Finn Wake to talk to you kids.
Yeah.
Heard.
Yeah.
So she'll recognize me, and we can pick up from there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But like, it's she's not like just going here and we're gonna like ambush her like paparazzi or something. Like
Heard.
she's coming here to talk to us. So there's that. We could go to Goldenrod City. I heard they got a really cool radio tower.
You'll do that next recording session
Dang it.
if you do it, because I am not prepared to run that.
All right.
That's just the truth. I'm not
You're
prepared for that.
There we
Hey,
are.
Valid.
audience, this is a healthy thing for a GM to tell their party is they'll do it a different session because you're not prepared to run it.
And
Just
jokes
remember
on
that,
him.
audience.
I'll forget about it.
I have it written down.
Okay, after you wait, for those of you who, by the way, wanted to pick up stuff from shopping, you could do it on the way to the magnet train station. So
Sweet.
the items that you wanted to pick up, we talked about it a little bit pre-session.
Really?
You guys can add those to your sheet and subtract the numbers.
Beautiful.
I know that
You
some of you
need
are
to
picking
know
some
how much
EXP
we're
candies.
spending.
I text it to me. Put it in your
Okay.
character channels.
Okay.
$60,000.
If I see an absurd number, I'll cry. Torie might spend more than half her wealth, is what it looks like.
Not more than half.
Okay.
But about half.
Close.
Yeah. So with that though, you wait the amount of time that it takes, and eventually, you hear a
Oh no, it is more
of
than
the
half.
magnet train sliding into the station, and you see that it's maglev locked above the tracks, and there's just a little bit of space, and it's really cool to see that like modern technology. And it slides to a stop, and the doors on each of the cars open. And you can see that multiple people start to step out, like large pieces of luggage, people who are doing cross-country travels.
Wow.
But you see, after a moment, there is one lady that catches your eye. As you see that there is a woman, probably like early to mid 40s, very good shape still, wearing sort of like a crop top black t-shirt with like long purple, like it seems like some sort of like soft material pant. She's got like a spiked belt, and she's got one backpack tossed over her shoulder. She's got a pair of like very stylish sunglasses on her forehead, and at her feet is an older looking Umbreon, probably easily half her age, if not older, with like black fur and sort of like little bit of gray in the golden circles of this Umbreon.
Cute.
Yeah. And she steps out and
Little
sort of like
salt and
looks
pepper.
around, and she's chewing gum, and she looks over and she sees Seth, and she goes, and she starts to like walk over, and you hear the click 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 of her like raised platform boots on the platform itself, which is kind of
That's
ironic.
so sick.
Duk, 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 duk.
Hello.
And she goes, good to see you. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's everyone that's accounted for.
Bars.
Okay. Hi.
Was the
I'm
train
Karen.
cool?
Oh, the train was great. The train was wonderful. It always is.
Seth looks over, shoulder longingly, and be like,
It'd be like, oh, there's like a golden light and like angelic music from in the train calling to
leave
you.
the country.
Oh my
to
God.
Leave the rockets.
go
Don't
to
deal with them.
Johto.
Go to Johto. Hang out in Ekritique.
Chill in the radio station tower.
Yeah, it could be cool.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we can go get dinner or something. I know we kind of ate some street food on the way here. If you're hungry,
Mhm.
we can eat and talk over that.
I could
that
eat.
Would help. Or okay.
Yeah.
Where's good to eat here?
Oh, have you not eaten here? Come on. And she just starts
street food.
walking and
All right. Okay, we're moving.
and she takes off. Any allergies? She calls out behind her.
Oh, I love her.
High dice rolls.
No allergies here.
Nope.
All right, dinner's on me, and she just keeps walking.
Oh,
I love her.
Yeah, she just starts walking, and you see she takes her other strap on her
I hope she
backpack
doesn't
and
think
sort of
that's
like,
what they're like. Hey, can you help my son and his friends? They need something, and he gets things like, we need to
They need
eat
dinner.
dinner.
They're
And
just poor.
Like, did my
They're
job.
just
They just go.
She walks you guys directly out the station and confidently walks about 4 blocks without looking back at you guys. Just sort of immediately takes the lead. And she eventually is looking for a door, and she pops it open, and the door is like between 2 shops. It's not a shop itself. And she opens the door, and it's a set of stairs down, and she immediately sort of walks down, and down the steps she opens another door, and there's like a hidden ramen shop down there that she just like has pulled out of nowhere, and she's like, all right, file in. And she sort of holds the door for all of you.
We're at the top of the stairs, just kind of all looking down the stairwell.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll
Trust
go
me,
first.
you won't get better food in Saffron.
Cool. Oh, okay.
Well, ain't gotta tell me twice. And
Yeah, I'm very
I gotta
excited.
down the
You
stairs.
guys go down, and it's like there's one long like butcher block bar with like a bunch of like individual little stalls that can go like up and down if you want to do a group meal at the bar or if you want to do individual stalls. There's one guy at the end and one like dude in like a white tank top who's like making all of the food behind the counter. It's like the
Yeah, he
most
is.
hole in
Yeah,
the wall
he
place you
is.
could potentially find.
I'm sure this is great, but how are they in business?
Well, because
no
the
way about
regulars come.
And that's it?
That's all they need. And food's that good.
Lindsay, Gavin.
I mean, there are a lot of
What?
places, Verdi, that are supported purely off the regulars that know about it.
and
Yeah.
prefer it that
Yeah.
way.
This country has a
Yeah.
good economy that works. And does the things it's supposed to do.
And she sort of like ushers each of you up to the thing, and she kind of like gives you a look, each of you, and then immediately turns and talks to the guy behind the counter and just orders for each of you. Just do.
Okay.
And she goes, they'll have this pork broth on that one, miso on that one, extra chushu over there. And she just sort of like points at each of you, and it's pretty good guesses as to what you would have wanted.
She's a psychic.
How do you know that?
What number am I thinking of?
And she looks and she goes, and I'll have the usual, dear. And you see he kind of goes, and then and pulls out, and you guys get like fish tank sized bowls of ramen. Like it's like the big like big bowls. And then
I love
Hell yeah.
the fishbowl. Yes.
and she
yes.
has ordered
now I
like
want
extra toppings for each of you, and there's like a little thing of tempura along next to each of you guys. Like she's giving you the whole meals.
Dang.
I want enough noodles for 2 people
Love her.
whenever I eat ramen.
That is
Is
correct. And now
Karen
she looks at you and goes,
single?
okay, now we have food. Let's
Kenna's
discuss.
interested.
Why did I come across the region to a new city?
Couple things. We can go down the list. And by list, I mean the row of people you've sat in specific spots. Coryne, you should go first.
Hi. Introductions. My name's Coryne. Coryne Willows.
Nice
If
to
it
meet you.
matters.
Hi, Corinne.
Hi.
Hi, Coryne.
Well, I'll just cut to the chase. I caught a spiritomb,
Oh,
and I
you
need
two
some
switch
help.
spots. And she points at Gavin, who was closer to her, and she has Coryne and Gavin switch
Get
spots.
fucked, Gavin. Get fucked.
It's that awkward because it's like that narrow type of thing.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
have to
like
like shuffle
kinda
around. You got
stand
the
up.
bowl of ramen that you have to like get her out.
He's like holding the
Tell
ramen
illusion
over that
I'm
one
sat on,
regular
like, a
that's
bar
like
stool
aside
thing
from
right
it.
now.
That's really funny. Yeah, she looks at you and she kind of like walks in and goes, Spiritomb.
Yeah.
First off, where'd you find it?
Lavender Town, the Pokemon Tower. It was in a brick.
I
Other
see
than a
now
brick.
what you're saying. It took me a moment.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it took all 3 or 4 of you to defeat it?
I wasn't there.
Yes.
There's 4 of us.
See, if 4 seemed like overkill.
Oh, wait, no, there were 3.
Yeah.
And now you're wondering what to do with a murderous monster made of 108 ghosts.
Yes.
Souls.
Because I don't know how to calm, quell, control. I don't know how to
To
do
start you
that.
out, those are 3 very different things regarding Spiritomb.
Exactly.
You
and the
will
fact that
never
I didn't
calm it,
even-
and you will never quell it.
Okay, then that's what I was.
It will be murderous for the rest of its existence.
Right. So how do I channel that?
Well, first off, you keep it well fed. That's the first thing. How many things have you let it defeat since you captured it?
It's actually in a lab at Professor Oak's in Palette in storage.
So you woke it up and haven't fed it since then.
Nope.
It's gonna need some high quality fear. Is the first thing it's gonna need.
Fear?
Got some right
What?
now. Got some fresh fear right now, happening right off the presses.
That's what it
we
eats?
got it. We
It
can
eats
supply.
That's
Fear?
one of the things that it can eat.
Lock it in a room
Spiritomb
with
eats many
DJ.
metaphysical things, including, if you let it, the souls of other beings, which you shouldn't.
Okay.
What about rocket members?
So one of the things that's going to satisfy its hunger the longest is high quality fear.
Oh, we got that covered.
Real, genuine fear for one's life.
Well,
You can often go to high danger sporting events, racing, similar things, and you can get a decent amount.
And how does it eat it? It just sits in its presence and just absorbs it?
I mean, how does anything metaphysical eat? That's exactly what it does.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And what happens to the beings whose fear it eats?
They're fine. They're putting off the fear regardless. This is a fear and other emotions when it comes to your aura. And you see she kind of like locks in and you hear the word aura, DJ, and this kind of clocks you in too of like, oh, I
Yeah,
should be paying
I'm
attention to this for
listening.
Lucario. Things that interact with aura are, it's an exothermic reaction. Energy leaves the being. That's what the emotion is. So what a ghost type is doing is it's just eating it once it's already left the person. What you don't want is it for it to go to the person to eat it before the person has expelled it, which is something that can happen where you'll have ghosts attack people and drain them of their emotions, which is bad. You want the person to be feeling the emotion and then the ghost to go in and eat it afterwards. The fact that it's also a dark type is really one of the things that leads to Spiritomb being a real issue, because it comes with a lot more of a malicious energy. While there's a lot of naysayers out there that say dark types are evil, they're not. You look over, she's got on her other, because it's like the four of you, and on her other side is Umbreon, who's also up at the counter with its own ramen bowl. And she sort of like scratches
Submerged.
Umbreon. Yeah.
That's so cute.
But what you want is for someone to already be feeling the emotion, and for your Spiritomb to eat it after it has left the person.
Okay. And how good or bad of an idea is it to allow it to feed off of my fear?
That can be a very bad idea depending on how well you do so. If it is simply the Spiritomb is on your person, which by the way, you are going to want to get used to not having it in a Pokeball, carrying it around in its keystone is the correct thing to do. It's going to be easier to feed that way. You want it to only eat the fear that comes off of you naturally. If you get too used to it draining your fear when you're not ready, that can be addicting and that can lead to problems.
Okay. Because you have one, Karen, right?
She goes boom, ba-dunk, and sits a keystone on the countertop.
Little bit of fear. Little bit of fear coming from Coryne.
Do you actually feel
Is
fear in
he
this moment?
hungry?
The fact that she just pulled it out and plonked it on the counter, yeah, a little bit.
So you actually see little purple wisps trail off of you and get sucked into the keystone
Like
in that
it's
moment.
a little ramen.
Oh.
Beer ramen.
Oh.
Delicious.
DJ, if Tabasco's out right now, if he's out, I don't know if he's out or not. This is up to you.
I'd say he's out so he can practice being around large groups of people.
His mind is fucking blown right now, watching this whole interaction happen. He's looking, he's like, I'm sorry, it did fucking what? As it's like looking at this keystone.
That's
his mind
super
is
sick.
rocked right now.
Yeah.
You said having the Spiritomb around you and it feeding on your fear could be addicting. Is that because if it eats your fear, you don't feel it?
If it eats your fear too soon before you've expelled it, yes, you won't feel it in that moment.
Addicting for the Pokemon or addicting for the trainer?
Addicting for the trainer. There are a lot of people who get off on not having fear.
That's interesting. All right, and you can
That's
see
a danger
DJ
with a
whips
lot
out
of different
notebook.
ghost types. Yeah. Well, without any other questions, she kind of like looks down the other three of you that are there.
Can I take a picture of the keystone by any chance?
She turns it a little to where the like odd little like eyeball designs that are on it are looking at you.
I take a picture of it and I send it to my tattoo. Oh no, it's Celadon! I was gonna say send it to my tattoo artist to add to my sleeve.
As you take a photo, can you roll a fortitude roll for me real quick? 7. As you take the photo and start to like look at the image, you hear like little voices in the back of your ear, just like none to where they're clear enough to give you words, but you hear just little unsettling whispers behind your ears, which for a lot of people would drive them to instant fear. But for you,
DJ gets like the good kind of chills. And she's like, That's so cool.
Good crowd. You see Karen just like is like confused and all a little surprised at this reaction.
Her
like
sleeves are
Gavin's-
out, so she's like,
Oh.
yeah.
Things like Gavin's reaction is probably also pretty like excitable, right? Like his eyes went wide, but not out of fear, out of like holy shit.
Mhm.
He's heard the Corinne's caught one, but he was very disappointed when to find out that it wasn't in her possession at the moment. But considering when he was growing up, his hero was Cynthia, who also has a Spiritomb.
She's one of the only other known users of
Yeah.
Spiritomb. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very excited to be around one.
That's true. That's true. It's a very unique Pokemon to the Sinnoh champion.
The other thing that I was going to mention was I know it's kind of. Do you ever you have a flashlight or like light? It's kind of dim in here.
She pulls out her phone that has a light on it.
Sick.
And she
Cool.
clicks it.
What's up with this? I looked at Zapdos and I think I got
That's crazy.
tattoo or something.
And she holds up the flashlight.
Jury's
and she
still
goes,
out, but yeah.
Oh, type energy infusion. You don't see that very often.
Okay.
I mean, she kind of turns the camera on her own eyes, and you see the light blue. You see now that there are veins of purple running through them.
The fuck?
It comes from enough exposure to
Going
type
on.
energy of any given time. It can happen
Is it ghost?
mostly to master level specialists. That's one of the reasons you don't hear about it very often. You obviously are not that,
Yeah.
but you were exposed to a large amount of electric type energy at some point.
Mm.
I wouldn't worry about it. Just don't go near an Eevee and you'll be fine.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Or anything else that evolves with a Thunderstone. Unless you want it to evolve. You're basically a human Thunderstone now.
So if, let's say, for the sake, I hand Seth an Eevee. If that Eevee were to evolve into a Jolteon, would that energy leave Seth, or is that going to be with Seth for the rest of his life?
Not a lot of people know.
Because I do have a Pichu. Just hold.
You just hold it up by
Scruff him
the
again.
scruff again. You see, at this point, he has at some point stolen one of your pieces of Chushu and is just like,
That's
she
so
goes-
funny.
I mean, it's going to evolve. You might end up with, something like weird things have happened, but ultimately you're basically just a Thunderstone now for a while. If you don't get more type infusions, eventually that energy will leave. But if you chose to specialize in electric types, you could keep
More
it going.
type infusions in the sense of like more than just thunder? Or-
No, more of the same.
I see.
It is
okay.
almost impossible for someone to be infused with two different type energies. We're not Pokemon. We're not meant
Good.
to do that.
I don't
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah, you'd be more likely to die if that were the case. You'd probably explode from the inside out. So
Spiritual,
don't
want
look
some more
anything
fear?
else in the eye.
You little hungry? Want some more fear? Cool. Great.
So
cool.
are you
Not
are
worried?
you infused with ghost hat?
No, dark type. I'm a dark type specialist. I
type,
just have a
okay.
ghost.
Well, it's purple, so my brain jumped to like Haunter, Ghastly, Gengar.
Ghosts are also purple. They're just different color, but she's being semantic about it.
What caused your type infusion to happen?
Surrounding myself with high level dark types for 20 years.
Okay, humble flex. So
There's
get
nothing
that.
humble about this woman.
I know.
I love her.
She's respectful and kind, but she's not humble.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, on International Women's Day, Aaron.
This
yes!
episode doesn't come out till like
Episode
June,
2 today.
dude.
I'm proud
Don't
to
give a
date this episode,
damn.
Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't have picked a better day to meet Karen.
So okay, well that's good. Now has my dad told you anything else about anything else that's just been going on in Kanto since you've been in Johto?
Well, I knew the base levels of everything going on with the rockets and the sort of mystery group that Finn sent that aside. He didn't send me the information about the Spiritomb, and that's why I was surprised by that.
Fair. I think that kind of like that happened, and then the Zapdos thing happened. So it was like, which one do
You
you
see,
wanna
like
bet
as she's
on?
talking, she like double taps on the counter, and you see the guy exchanges her bowl for a new one as she somehow already drained her first bowl.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Is that? Can we do that too?
She double taps in front of you as well.
Sick. Cool. So yeah, like I think it was just a situation of the other other situation kind of like trumping the other one. But I think, do you know if once this had happened, I kind of felt a sense of like pull to clouds when it was like storming and stuff like that, and then it stopped. Have you had something like that happen for, I guess, the darkness?
Well, if all of your infusion came from one Pokemon, I would assume whatever the Pokemon is, i.e. Zapdos, you would have a connection to it, given that the energy originated with that Pokemon. It's a little less extreme for me because mine comes from a myriad of different Pokemon.
Well, that's good to know, at least, that it's somewhat like a not a homing beacon, but like a compass, if that
Compass
makes sense.
is a good word.
To pull from. Riddle me this: if you asking for a friend were to have known that the Pokemon that your type compass was like pulled to was maybe captured or detained in some type of way, what would you recommend be the best course of action to freeing said captured Pokemon?
Well, if you want to free a Pokemon, generally, you punch the person holding their ball and then break the ball, and then you free the Pokemon.
Coryne slams her bowl down on the table and goes, "Amen."
I mean, it's looked down upon,
that
but
ball buster.
every gym leader Elite Four has thrown hands at some point. You won't get in that much trouble for it.
Oh, guys, she said it's okay.
Noted.
Well,
Cool.
seeing as I no longer speak for the league, I can say a lot of things.
That's interesting. Speaking on that, what are your thoughts on the league as it's changed over the years?
It's fine. I enjoyed being an Elite Four for a few years. That was fun, but ultimately, it's a government just like anything else. I mean, if you really want to do good, you join the Ace Trainers or the Rangers, and then you put in your time, and maybe you get promoted one day, maybe you don't, and then you retire, and then you die.
Speaking
Full
of,
track on that, yeah.
Speaking of,
well, I'd like to join the Ace Trainers. That was my thing, and I was wondering if you, because we did a whole bunch of vigilante work, pretty much. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
how many badges do you have?
4.
Oh,
About to get my
if I
5th.
put in a word for you, you join in easy. Once you get
Hell
through
yeah.
boot camp, you'll probably have assignments pretty quickly.
Hell yeah.
What's your name?
Gavin Newman.
Right.
Yeah, the thing with the shitty dad, yeah.
Yeah.
He just goes, right.
Right.
From
That's part of the
Pokemon.
vigilante shit I was doing.
Yeah. You're the one that Katie doesn't like, which puts you up in my book.
Fully in
The
character
fact that
laughing.
she knows that is so funny.
No one likes Katie at all. Just full stop. And she goes,
If Karen liked Katie, immediately I'd be like, we're leaving, guys.
we're leaving.
Let's go
I mean,
back to
I'm
the
doing this
information
as a
broker.
favor to Finn. If you need a letter of recommendation with your application, I can send you one.
Yes, please, thank you.
All right. No.
Not to capitalize, but you also said the Rangers.
I have a template. I just need to put your name in it.
Just a
Love
big
that.
stamp.
I adore you. Oh, Delilah Jane, it's nice to meet you.
There we go. I was waiting.
Is that what DJ stands for?
I'm gonna kill you.
You've never said it to me. What do you want from me?
Does
That's how I
Spiritomb feed off of
introduced
rage
myself.
too?
I
or-
no. They were like,
Get in the
"Who's
comments,
this?"
somebody
and then,
clip
and
it.
then the person said their
Get in the
name's
comments.
AJ, and I said, "Oh, it's you,
Oh,
AJ," and you went, "Oh, DJ."
Yes, you're right. It's DJ.
And at no point have you
yes.
said Delilah Jane.
Anna, yes, it's Delilah Jane. But people do call me DJ. And no
And
one
you guys-
calls me AJ. And looks
And you
at
all trust each
Gavin.
other with your lives. And you don't even each other's lives, and you don't even know each other's names.
Well,
That's
you know, I
hard to
just met
trust,
recently within the last, what,
Mm.
couple weeks?
Week.
Week?
Oh. Yeah.
Something like
Alright.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
sorry.
week.
Really good ramen.
Feels like 3 months. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
Just takes a piece of tempura, just eats the whole thing.
Karen, are you going to be in town long?
How long do you need me around for? I mean, assuming I'm gonna meet the Spiritomb at some point, but
Okay, great, because I was really hoping I could ask for your help, at least for the first
it would be
time.
irresponsible of me to not be present when that thing came out if you haven't fed it yet.
Me too.
Yeah.
I can use mine to subjugate yours for a little bit, but once I'm gone, you're going to need to know how to deal with it.
Right.
So there are a couple ways to point it. You are almost never going to be able to bond with it in a way that most Pokemon you bond with.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something that we don't normally endorse, but given its exact typing, introducing either angering it or getting it to fear you are proper options when dealing with a violent creature like this. So in mechanical terms, Kenna, you are not going to be able to earn friendship with this Pokemon. The only way you're going to be able to point it is if you either enrage it or teach it fear.
That's sad.
Bring a chisel.
Unfortunately, that's the life that Spiritomb is, right? It is a dark ghost for a reason.
It is sad, though.
It is sad. And the only way you'd manage to get any sort of friendship or bond with it is if you let it murder as much as it wanted.
Oh, yeah, that's never going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I would have to arrest you. And I would be a citizen's arrest now.
I would want you to arrest me. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, Corinne's against killing people.
That's not what it said in the report. I'm fairly certain it was. Did you see she like pulls up her phone?
Corinne's never killed another human being.
Oh, they found the
her
fire
life.
extinguisher?
It just says there was one missing in action, so they don't know if it actually died or not. Yeah.
Shut up.
It's a rocket. It's not a person.
Oh my god. No, that's not how we do. Oh my god.
Wow, really good
Then that's
ramen,
not a murder.
guys. Whoa, really
Seth's
good.
just in the background.
Oh my god.
Tasty.
Delicious.
Also, Corinne's having this like full meltdown moment and then just goes, actually, did I hear you mention that there's something, you said mysterious organization?
Well, yeah, didn't you say that you don't know whether or not it's the Crimson or the Blue Rockets that did the thing?
Yeah, but...
Well, we just took down the Crimson Rockets like 3 days ago, and it wasn't the Blue Rockets from the sound of it, so I would assume that it would be some third player.
Oh,
Oh,
like
but you don't-
unnamed faction 1.
Yeah, that would be a random name that
That's
you could
probably
toss
what
at
you'd
it.
name
Yeah.
it if you
Yeah.
wanted to talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's
Oh,
just,
okay.
we have, according to
There's a
your
faction that's
your
unnamed.
own reports, we have from the mouths of a high up Blue Rocket that it wasn't them,
Yeah,
because they were actively competing, and we know it wasn't the Crimsons because we just destroyed them.
right.
So it was probably this third player here, that guy, and it just points at Gavin a little bit, or someone related to him.
Okay, but
Which terror
like, you
attack are we
don't...
talking about this time?
We're talking about Zapdos.
Yeah.
Zapdos
Is that
being
okay? I don't
But-
think it was. I don't believe it was my Armand Kingsley
your papa.
because he's been going after the Reggies. I don't think he had a bead on the Zapdos, as far as I'm aware.
Well, then there must be a player that the league doesn't know about somewhere around here, and they'll figure it out at some point.
Until then, they remain an unnamed
This-
faction.
Region has a real
One.
issue with terrorist groups.
Yeah, it's almost like someone came in and stirred up all the terrorists and then gave them the power to enact their plans.
But there's a lot of different groups here.
It's true. It's because they're fractured. They don't have a singular mindset. I'm messing with
I'm
you, kid.
not.
Obviously, it's not your
That
dad's.
was
It's not your
pointed
fault
as
when your
hell.
dad does. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
messing
if
with
you're
you.
trying to get a rise out of me,
Pretty
I'm not
dumb.
going to disagree with you here. He's a shithead.
Luckily, Johto has been lovely this time of year. My region, great. Kanto, on fire. Johto, lovely.
So now we got one. We got the one terrorist
Except
group.
And that was like
flashback looking
20
at
years
the
They
ago.
back
look
of
they
train.
look goofy.
Yeah.
They look
Seth's
really
still thinking about-
resurface every now and then.
I look
Seth
at my
has his
ramen
ramen
bowl
in
and
his
it's
noodles. Yeah.
reflecting, and I see the glimmer of the train.
Guys, are we sure Seth's not autistic? He just really wants to be on this train.
It's
like
really
this
sick.
train.
There's even a Kamen Rider show about trains. It's pretty cool.
Oh my god. So I can be in town tomorrow. You said you were training at the dojo at some point?
Yeah, we trained today. We were probably
Mm-hmm.
going to keep training there until our gym battles. I pushed my gym battle until Monday.
Okay. Well, I go way back with Kyo, so I'd be happy to swing by for tomorrow's training if you bring Spiritomb with you. We can
Yeah.
use one of their back areas, and then I can terrorize the psychic gym next door. So this all seems great.
Sounds good.
Yeah, they always
Oh.
hate it when I walk up. They can't read my mind.
What?
How?
An infusion of dark,
Dark
type
type-
energy.
dark type
they,
stuff.
They can't read me.
Oh.
That makes a lot of sense.
As she's like sort of like wrapping up, you see she's like finished off her second ramen bowl, and You don't know where that ramen's gone. She still looks great. Again, she's wearing a crop top shirt and there's no like belly or nothing. And she's like, all right, anyone want dessert? They do mochi here. And she sort of like leans over the counter and grabs like an order of mochi and just puts it down in front of her.
That's incredible.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and she goes, and look, it's ice cream on the inside and red bean paste.
I'll take
tasty.
a couple
Oh,
actually.
Aaron,
Yeah.
now I want that.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to ask Karen outside of the training that Kenna is going to do tomorrow? Because this is your opportunity to get an Elite 4 level person's questions. So if you have any questions, ask her questions.
Yeah, and this is just, since you're an Elite Four and you know so much about everybody, and I feel like you
former.
You're right, excuse me.
Mhm.
I feel like you give your opinion freely. How do you feel about the current palette gym leader?
Richie, he sucks.
How so?
Oh,
What
the
do you
only
mean?
reason he has that job is because he's the champion's friend.
Ew,
Really?
gross.
That's it. He's a competent enough battler, but he will never raise above the level of gym leader. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the lowest ranked gym leader in Kanto.
And he's the one we haven't been able to challenge.
He's the only gym leader who's never gotten to top 8 in a league event.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what that decision process was? Were you around for that?
I mean, this would have been 16, 17 years ago. Richie was traveling around and Pallet Town needed a gym leader, and at the time there wasn't in excess of extremely strong trainers, so it was given to the guy who at the time, mind you, people did think, oh, maybe one day he'll be on Red's level, and that just sort of never manifested, and he's just been wallowing in the failure of his own midness for the last 15 years.
Karen's a fucking savage.
Wow.
I love her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, if I was, interested in living in Kanto, I probably could have gotten the job at some point. Or Will could have if he wanted to. Though 2 psychic gyms in one region would have been interesting.
Mm.
But no one else was interested in the job, and he took it up, and it's certainly a gym.
Okay, great.
It makes sense that the rockets
Okay.
that we fended off at the beginning of our journey dog walked him now, in retrospect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody on Perry's level destroyed him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there an age requirement to be a gym leader?
There used to not be, and that was interesting. In fact, Sabrina was relatively young when she became a gym leader. Now you have to have competed in a conference of some kind. You have to have top 16'd no, higher than that. There's a regulation, I don't remember it off the top of my head. You have to have gotten a certain rank within a league conference, whether that be our local Indigo or Silver leagues or one of the others. That'll do better. But you also have to, well, first of all, that puts you at 18 minimum because you have to be a trainer in order to enter those. But it's also extremely hard to be a gym leader because every city does it different. You have to figure out, in most places, you have to go to the city or go to the gym leader and dispute the current gym leader's claim, or replace a gym leader who's recently retired or died, as somebody's going to have to do for Surge soon, which, that's going to be rough. It's a little weird because the changing over of gyms doesn't happen very often.
Why did you say that Surge's transition's going to be rough?
Well, he's going to die and he's a war hero.
Yeah.
It's a little rough for everybody.
So, heard. Okay,
And I
so
don't
it's
think
more
they
of like
really
a
have a
personal
person
roughness. It's not
in
place
to take
Yeah, they
that.
might even have somebody on our level, and she kind of refers to herself, come in and hold the gym for a little bit until they find someone better. I know they tried talking to Bruno not too long ago, but he's still off on Mount Hideaway doing his isolation training. And he's getting up there. He's in his mid-60s himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't the volcano dude also like super old?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
People
not
are
the
aging
one
out,
that
dude.
was the old one from before.
Yeah, he
He's the new
replaced the
one.
old one that died. He's the new old guy. Yeah. There's some old fucking people that's part of the problem and why there's so much discourse in this region is because the government is
There's gonna be a big
aging out.
changing of the guard soon.
Yeah. I mean, Janine is in her mid 40s, so she's still got several years of being a gym leader. But like Serge is going away. Brand is in his like 50s or 60s, if I remember correctly. Like people are getting old. Finn's like 41.
My question I thought I was gonna have was if there were any helpful dark type moves they could potentially teach us, but I don't think there was anything that came to mind.
They do have the Dark Tutor ability. They could teach you guys any egg or TM move that your Pokemon could learn that's a dark type.
Yeah, that's what I was looking to see.
Huh?
Couldn't find anything.
So if your Pokemon can learn a dark type move through egg or TM, Karen can teach it to you.
Oh, shit.
I would like to capitalize on that.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys look it over, and we're gonna go. There we go. So we did it. We did the cut. Did anyone want to ask Karen about anything else before we end the conversation?
No.
DJ's got a hand up.
Last question, ma'am. If you do meet us at the dojo tomorrow or any of the days we're training, would you be able to teach my little guys a couple of dark moves?
Yeah, that's easy. Well, wait, what little guys do you have?
Oh, I'm thinking my Rockruff and my Mimikyu.
You guys keep getting wild Pokemon. That's
Do you want to
wild
see
is
him?
a
He's
little
really
weird.
cute.
I'm good. I'll see him tomorrow.
Oh.
We're gonna train tomorrow.
It's a really,
I'm
really
DJ,
small
like-
building.
Deflates a little bit. She's like, okay.
Yeah. Hey, no, but
I'm
hey,
looking at getting an
I'm a-
armor rouge soon. Is there anything I need to be aware of there?
Oh, that'll crush you. I mean, just enjoy. Sorry, there's an instinctive need to flex on psychics. It's a long deal. Armor Rouge is, I mean, that's a great, fantastic. I've only seen there's maybe 3 in the entirety of Johto Kanto, so that's good.
Wow.
Kind of lame that you're going for Armor Rouge and not Cerulege though.
Well, so what's the deal with Cerulege then? Because a Pokemon becoming a ghost type after evolving?
Yeah, it's not a true ghost in that it doesn't start as a ghost. Of course, I haven't done a ton of research into ghost types, so it's mostly just for my own Spiritomb. But from what I know from the ladies of the tower that used to be there, thank God they're not anymore. Basically, a true ghost is something that starts as a dead thing and then is a ghost and then sort of stays that way. Something becoming a ghost type afterwards is just something that's been infused with ghost type energy to the point where that is now part of its typing. Or it died, sort of like Primape's evolution. Yeah, that's really all that is. But, Cerulege looks cooler, but Armor Rouge is also pretty good.
What do you mean it'll crush me? What does that mean?
You're psychic type. I'm a dark specialist. I apologize.
Oh,
that was
you'll crush me. Sorry.
I'll crush
okay.
you. Yeah. I saw that Delilah Jane had a hand up. That's your name, DJ.
Torie was just gonna offer, because she said I haven't done a ton of research on ghost types. I was gonna offer any sort of specialty in that, because I've done a lot of research.
Oh, yeah, ask your friend. Your friend knows, look at the tattoos, knows a lot about ghost types.
Look at the tattoos. They know stuff.
Yeah, hey, anybody who gets that many ghost type tattoos knows about ghost types.
Well, I'm about to get one more, so
yeah, I mean, kind of like look at this,
off, baby.
And she lifts the side of her crop top so you can see like her ribs, and you see across her ribs there's like a dope gothic skull of a Houndoom that's been tattooed there. And she's like, anybody who gets tattoos about Pokemon knows about those
text
Pokemon.
bubble that says psychic sucks.
Will you marry
Sorry.
me? I'm sorry, I lost control there for a second.
You're a little young for me.
I-
Yeah, a little bit. 20 years ago, maybe.
So you're saying there was a chance in the past.
So you're telling me there was a
Celebi, get me
chance.
going. Celebi, send me back.
Celebi.
That's so
And I'll expand on what she said if there's anything else to expand on. But
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's that thing, Gavin, where you start even like debating. There's a thing where DJ is immediately able to be like, and this about all of the ghost type information.
Cool.
Okay. With that being the case,
Thanks,
everyone
DJ.
has wrapped up what they need
Sure.
Karen to do. Karen, at the end of the night, will pay the tab, which anyone who spots the check will see it is well over $200 for the dinner for the night.
It's
But-
crazy. They even let us take everything to
well,
go
there's
too. which is
5 of
nice.
us, and we
Yeah.
all had multiple bowls.
We also
Yeah.
we all ate a lot.
Oh, that's fair.
But
I
also,
forgot we had
there's a point where she has
And 3
where the
sake
guy
deep.
almost like waves the cost, and she's like, "Come on, it's on the black card." And she like hands the black credit card over to him, and he goes, "Okay," and he swipes it, and then she goes, and he swipes it a second time, and then she takes the card back,
oh my god.
and then she walks up out the stairs and goes, all right, I'll see you tomorrow at the dojo. And then she just walks away.
Goodbye.
Off into the night.
You know, the town's this way. She just kind of went to the forest.
Was she?
You're still
I think
you're
I would
downtown
love-
Saffron, Seth.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I love her.
I also love her. She's sick.
She's
She's
so
staying at
cool.
I mean, I wouldn't. Probably not. Where do you think she's? It doesn't matter. What are we doing, y'all?
I think we're heading back to the Pokemon Center.
Back to the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we're going to bed.
If you guys are going to bed, we have some things to roll for that is not just villain rolls. I need everyone to roll me a D100, please.
Ew.
I'm determining. Now, I'll tell you what I'm determining after you guys all roll.
I was
I'll
gonna
tell
say,
you
wait.
You don't know if a high roll or a low roll is
wait,
good. DJ, what'd you roll?
32.
32 from DJ. Kenna, what'd you roll?
22.
Ah,
Matt, what'd you roll?
65.
Birdie, what'd you roll?
ruined it.
97.
Okay.
He super
Fuck,
ruined it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really fucked it up. Yeah. Okay. So all that did was determine
I'm
which
worried.
of the
I'm
teams
scared.
you're going to be up against at the Psychic Type Gym, in case I need to record with any of you individually.
What?
As to what team you're fighting. So Team 1
Well, now
will
I'm very
be
scared.
Birdie will be up against Team 1. Of course, this is not the order you're fighting. This is just the teams as I have them listed.
You're not going to tell us. what the
Team
teams are,
2
are you?
will be Matt.
Can you tell us what the teams are?
No, why
You
would I
can't
let you
even
prepare?
tell us what the leader looks like, Kenna. He's gonna tell us what Pokemon he's gonna use.
Team
I feel
3,
like
I believe
we're
the
gonna-
32 was DJ, if I remember correctly.
32 is me, yeah.
Okay, Team 3 will be against DJ, and Team 4 will be against Coryne. So,
Yeah.
ooh, these are some interesting matchups.
Why did you say that?
Because unlike the Cerulean Gym, I did not design any of these teams with any particular person in mind. So it's sort of like a random distribution of who got what.
Mm.
Something I've just looked at, audience, look me in the eye, audience. This is foreshadowing for later. I did not plan this. And when we get in the episode, I'll tell you what I didn't plan.
You find a way to poison me. I'm
Random
mad.
distribution. Oh yeah, there's toxic is on all 3 of the Pokemon you're up against. It's toxic. That's crazy
I
that
don't know
that
how,
happened
but
by
I'm
accident.
fucked. I know. that I'm fucked.
That's wild, actually.
Can you write
Maisie
down
Newman
and/or
is the
explain
gym
what you're
leader? What?
thinking and
Oh,
talking about?
Yeah, no doubt.
I will know in the moment because I've already written it on the notes.
Got it.
When it comes up in game,
Did you just put
I
next to the thing, crazy this happened, right?
parentheses, what the fuck?
That's crazy, wild.
Okay. And now we just need to roll for the day's rolls real quick. In terms of the sheet. So let me pull up Arc 4. All right. Hey, only 2 factions are frozen today. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Kenna, let's start it off. Let's start it off with you. D20 roll for the Blue Rockets, please.
13.
I was really hoping. It's okay. Something's going to happen soon that's going to significantly increase everybody's stuff. So,
What?
let's see here. All
Why
right,
would you
let's see
say it
here.
that way?
Unnamed faction number 1. Matt, please give me a D10 roll.
Why would you say it like that? 3.
Fuck. All right. Birdie, give me a D20 roll, please.
6.
All right. DJ, give me a D12, please.
3.
3. Okay.
Stop sighing. We don't want these things to happen.
Kenna, give me a D12 roll, please.
Okay, we want this one to happen.
I
See,
want
you
them to
fucking-
happen. I want them all to happen.
Nope,
I
9.
do love the drama.
I want the
D12.
league to happen the least.
All right. Matt, give me a D20 roll,
Boring
please.
things happen when the league wins.
This is why you wrote a villain into your backstory.
Yeah.
A
That was
national
almost a
villain.
1. That was really bad. That was a 19.
19. Okay. All right, and then Birdie, D6, please.
I wrote a villain into my backstory. Matt wrote all the useful NPCs. 6!
Yeah, for
There you
real.
go. Maisie Newman breaks the lead.
Yay!
Oh!
I-
Okay, maybe.
Look, Gavin, your sister's doing
That's my
more than
sister.
you.
It's your sister.
Matt.
I'd rather cheer for his sister than his dad.
Here.
Not my fault, I'm with a bunch of dead weights.
Let's see here. All right, let me go to my secret sheet and mark off what the fuck just happened.
Birdie, what's on your shirt?
Ooh.
Something about surfing.
Surfarakis.
Oh, sick.
This was given to me by our good
How's it
friend
treating?
David.
Very cool.
All right, I now know what Maisie Newman's up to. That's kind of wild.
Wow.
Okay.
What was she up to? What's she doing? Very cool. Very sick.
Very cool. Very cool. With that, we've completed our roles. We are all going to safely go to bed, and tomorrow we will be trained by former Elite Four, Karen.
Sick.
Goodbye, everybody!
What? Just let us do the training!
Goodbye! We'll see you next time!
Thank you for watching. This episode of Unbeatable has been brought to you by the members of our Patreon. Specifically, thank you Bryce Tonkins for supporting us. Our patrons see our episodes early and get access to our Discord, where we interact with our community and gather questions for our monthly Q&As. See you next time, and stay unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold, because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer, you just wait. And I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable. We'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable. We'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.